So as it just said, we're recording, so if you want to turn your video off if you'd sooner not be seen, then do. Just checking you can all hear me clearly. Give us a thumbs up if you can all hear us. So we're recording this so that we can share it with everyone. First of all, welcome to our first GB Grand Slam coaches Zoom meeting. So rather than doing this on the day of the event, we'll do it now, and we can better prepare ourselves to have a better event and experience for all. So just a few housekeeping things on the Zoom. Keep yourself muted. If you've got a question or anything, fire away in the chat. I've got a list of the most asked questions we've had leading up to this to share with everyone, some answers, and I'm sure more questions are going to come up as well. So if we miss something, we can get back to everyone on the social media over the coming weeks. Just didn't want to turn this into like a chat room. I wanted to get to the point, and then we can all enjoy our Saturday. But I'll pass to Tony. Tony Anderton is our event one promoter, and he's got a few words for you.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. We're all good. Nice to see you all. Yeah, just wanted to welcome everybody into the meeting. Say that we're looking forward to seeing everybody in 4 weeks' time. It's going to be brilliant to be back together and seeing everyone's faces and seeing everyone on the mats again. Hopefully we can clarify any questions that anybody's got and help get everyone prepared before the event kicks off. If you've been at the event before in Telford, you know the venue's wicked. It's an amazing venue. And being split over 2 days this weekend will obviously add to the experience for everyone. We have something cool planned for the gala as well, adding the show to our proceedings for the event. So looking forward to it, really excited for it, and can't wait to see everybody there.
Thank you, Tony. So, replace spot. I hadn't used Zoom for a while. Got to remember how the controls work. First thing on the agenda is COVID. We don't really want to talk about it. Hopefully it's a distant memory, but we still have a responsibility with running events to make sure everyone stays safe. As it currently stands, the advice that we've been given, and from government all the way through to our governing body, there is no restrictions. So we do not have to restrict anything whatsoever. The centre doesn't have restrictions. There is no legal requirement to do anything as far as COVID stands. However, there is considerations to be taken. Of course, we do a risk assessment, and we have done a COVID risk assessment. So as part of that assessment, we're going to request that everyone test before coming to the event. So a lateral flow test within 24 hours the day before coming. It's not something that we're going to ask for anyone to prove or show evidence of. We're not testing at the site, but we just feel taking into consideration of where we've been and the responsibility if everyone could do that. We've limited registrations, so there is only a certain number of registrations for both days, and that is, first of all, from our point of view, to run a very efficient event, but also again taking into the COVID considerations. We don't want to amass unnecessary numbers of people in an area. And then the last thing really COVID wise is the masks situation. Again, it's not a legal requirement anymore to wear a mask in a public place or at an event, but however, handed down from WAKO IF, the officials, I don't know if Peter Markland, you could clarify on this, will be wearing masks on the area when they are actually officiating, because they are the people that are in the most contact with anyone throughout a day. However, as far as athletes, spectators, coaches, everyone else, it's up to your personal choice of wearing a mask or not. So yeah, completely down to you. Peter, go ahead and unmute yourself. I'll stick you on spotlight.
Also, I think we're trying to get it down to the organisers supplying the referees with gloves, especially with the light contact and kick light. If you get in contact with any blood or anything, it's advised to change the gloves. So it's good to get a few packets of gloves to fit all. We're trying to get the organised to get it, but if not, if the referees can bring their own, just in case the organisers ain't got none.
Yeah, thank
And
you, Peter. I'll note that now. We'll definitely have gloves on hand for all of the referees. That's gone into my notes now. Anything else on that, Peter?
Oh, because Saturday is just going to be the light contact and the kick light, the powers of the centre referee. Are we going into that now, or we're just going to carry on?
Hold that one. We'll finish off the COVID, and then I'm going to come back to the rules and that shortly, because then we can probably talk about a couple of other things changes. Thank you, Peter. So yeah, just concluding that. So on the COVID side of things, masks are your choice. For the referees, we will also be providing them gloves, and that's, as Peter said, a new WAKO ruling as well. As far as the divisions go, we've got a few questions we've had about the divisions. So I'll give you the basic breakdown of the divisions. One of the things that we've noticed, even as seasoned sport data people ourselves, it's tricky to make heads and tails of it when you're looking at the full list. So by next week, we're going to provide a clearer representation of all of the divisions and what there is. So there's basically, in short, rookie divisions in both points and light contact, intermediate divisions in both points and light contact, and then advanced divisions in both point and light contact. There is then kick light as an open grade division. So all the divisions are then split, depending on rookie, intermediate and advanced, into age categories, potentially tiny tots through children, older cadet, younger cadets, older cadets, juniors, and seniors. And then those age categories are then broken down into weight categories as well. We've obviously got the men's open weight, and we'll talk a bit more about the gala before we finish. Men's and women's, my bad, Grand Slam open weight divisions. And yeah, we're talking more about the gala. As I said, it's like 200 and something divisions we have now. So what we'll do is we'll make a clearer visual representation for all of the divisions. But if you have any trouble with anything with that, then we've got our technical Ian that can help you with that side of things. The rookies and intermediates, what determines those levels? So a rookie is a first year competing. This is using the rules from the updated WAKO IF rules. So a rookie or a novice is a competitor in their first full league / year of competing. No prior sports martial arts experience. The competitor must have 5 and under participants in cups and open tournaments before starting the GB Grand Slam League. So I think it makes it clear now where we are coming from with a rookie and novice competitor. Then intermediate is under 2 years competing. So a competitor in their second full league year of competing, aimed at competitors who have 6 or more participants in cups and open tournaments. The whole time this rookie, novice, intermediate level is down to the judgment of the referees as well. So if they feel someone is far exceeding the skill level and thus potentially being a safety concern for other fighters, or unsportsman like being in a wrong division, then they can take it upon them to move up. But very rarely does that happen, because everyone's going to put everyone in appropriate divisions. The rounds, how it works, we had a couple of messages about the rounds. So the rounds and how that will work is all of the rookie divisions, the novice divisions, are round robin. It's really important for us to nurture the grassroots, and we want to give everyone the biggest opportunity we can when they come to our events. So the way the double elimination works is, in the rookie divisions, it's a 1 round fight, but everybody has 2 lives. So if you lose your first fight, you are guaranteed a second fight, and it also gives you a guarantee to be able to fight back to winning. It's not like just a second participation match. You can then effectively win again. So if you imagine you had a division of 8 competitors, everyone will fight. 4 will go to the winners pool, 4 will go to the losers pool. And then those pools continue like a usual competition competitions. So all of the winners will continue to fight each other until you get to one ultimate winner pool who has 2 lives. And then as they lose, they drop into the loser pool, and then the loser pool all have 1 life left. They all fight each other until everyone's eliminated, and then at the end you always have 1 fighter with 2 wins, one with 2 lives, 1 fighter with 1 life, and to finish off the division and the places. So maybe we can do a graphical representation to make that a bit clearer, but everyone is guaranteed in the rookies more than 1 fight, which is a big thing for that mat time and experience. For the intermediates and advanced, everyone is having 2-round fights. So intermediates and advanced, it's a knockout elimination. So if you lose your first fight, you are out, as is all competitions, major events. However, every fight is a guaranteed 2-round fight, as that's, you know, a grand way of competing, how it is on the international stage as well. Registration wise, Ian, are you available to possibly just show your face and introduce you as our technical side of things? So this is Ian, our sport data tech, and Ian, everyone can get in touch with you if they have any problems with registering, right?
Whatever sports data. The biggest thing would be just make sure you're in the right fighters, in the right categories. And I'm not sure we're meeting people.
Ian breaking up on us there. I think you were breaking up on us a bit there, Ian. Try again.
Okay, I'm just saying, yeah, contact me if there's any problems, but just make sure your fighters are in the right categories. That's the biggest thing. We will be sending out QR codes and a list of fighters in the categories for your club, so you can double check before the event, the week before. Just call me or message me.
So we do have, thank you, Ian. We do have a cut-off for registrations the week before, the 31st. But with the way it's currently looking, I don't think we're going to need to go to the cut-off. We're actually checking at the end of last week. We were around 20% full at the moment. Usually you get 80% of your entries in the last week. So we're like a month out, we're well ahead of schedule. So if anyone is planning to register, you need to do it sooner rather than later, because as part of our COVID risk assessment and everything, we will not be expanding the event. Once the limit is hit, it's hit. You can get them all on the waiting list. We can get them all in, but once the limit is hit, it's hit. Once we close registration, whether it's in advance or on the closing date, we will then reopen for a couple of days to allow people to do some amendments, just in case there's any corrections that need to be made, because it's got to be made clear that we do not change any divisions on the day. If you've registered yourself in the wrong division, if you don't make weight, you don't compete. It basically isn't fair on everyone else that's done it properly, and it messes about with the time schedule. And well, really, there's no point having a timetable, time schedule if everyone's changing about. So that's a really important thing. Make sure you're in the correct divisions, and you have to make that weight for the tournament. This is event 1 of our league, of our 2021-22 league. So event 2 is in Bath in April, and we're currently having to reschedule event 3. We're looking potentially to July now, because of our date that we posted a few weeks ago now clashes with the Hungarian World Cup. We got in before all the big boys put out their event, so we're going to have to change that date. But this is event 1, so if you start in a division, say an age group, then you can stay in that age group for the league. You obviously have to stay in the same weight, so if you register for under 50 kilos, you can't then fight the next time being 60. You have to stay in the same weight, but you can stay in the same age or level of ability for the league. And every event's going to be 2 days with the gala. So yeah, we're just really excited to be back to this. So division wise, I think that's pretty much everything covered. Again, throw any questions out there, we can answer now or follow up on social media. leader on that side of things. Rules-wise, Peter, do you remember what you were going to give us rules-wise a moment ago? Can I spotlight you, what you were going to say?
I was just about to say the powers of the centre referee, that's in effect now, especially for the light contact and kick light. Referee, the judges at the side are there to check the fighters' equipment. The centre referee is only going to be checking to see if they've got the gum shield in at the start of the fight.
So
And
Peter,
then
this is Peter. Sorry to interrupt. So this is with light con and kick light. So you're saying as a centre referee, they have the power to give an exit, a contact warning, or anything like that without needing to consult to the side judges like they used to.
Yes, but saying that, let's try and keep it like really fair. It's pointless having a biased centre referee. We need a strong centre referees to do this job, because like now the power and the what's the word I'm looking for? All the emphasis is left on the centre referee.
Yeah.
If at any point that the centre referee is not sure, he can ask for the advice of the judges, but he can override whatever the centre referee feels within safe. He's there to look after for the fighters' welfare. Also, you're doing the knockdown, KD, yeah?
Say that again, Kevin. Say that again, Peter.
We're doing the knockdown, KD.
Yeah. So do you want to just explain that?
Okay. But the knockdown rule is similar to the ring sport, where they count 1 to 8. If the centre referee thinks that the person has had a hard blow, not just a slip or a touch and he drops to the floor. If they drop to the floor, just get them up, carry on. But if they redeem to be having hard blows or a flurry of hard punches and they drop to the floor, give them a count like 1, showing the hands, 2, 3, up to 8. Get the fighter to stand up, walk forward with the guard up. Centre referee must pay attention to make sure that the fighter is not concussed and can respond to get your hands up and come forward. If that's the case, carry on. If it's redeemed that that person has had a malicious shot or after stop, you can minus the point of the other fighter, the one that's issued the hard punch. If not, it's just an 8 count. It's just for the safety of the fighters. Remember that.
So I'm right in saying, Peter, this is for all ages, all disciplines on the tatami, and it sounds like it's ultimately a good thing to protect everyone from a safety concussion point of view.
Total safety issue. If the fighter gets a blow and you know it's a very hard blow and you see the fighter sprawled out, don't count to 8 before you get the medic. Just do 1, 2 medic. That's it. Straight away, because you don't want it on your head. The vital seconds that was needed to save that fighter, you're counting him out when he's obviously out. So get the medic to do the medic's job straight away.
Is there any other significant rule changes? So we've said about the 10 count and that. Is there anything else significant rule-wise?
No. The points situation is still majority. You need 2 people to score a point or to get an exit.
Yeah.
Also, on the Sunday when there's points, if you get a fighter fight on the edge all the time and just gets a little nudge and he jumps out the area, it is an exit. Before we used to have no point, no exit. Now if the fight on the edge and they deliberately fight on the edge and they just get nudged out, it's an exit.
Thank you for clarifying those new rules. Like all of the rules are on the WAKO IF page, so you can download all the new rules. So we don't need to have a referees meeting right now. But Peter, we did have a WAKO GB meeting a little while back where we were talking, and we are very much in the realms of recruiting new referees, aren't we? Yeah. You know, I'm speaking here for Grand Slam for our interest of a tournament, but we are encouraging people. So how do people get involved with refereeing?
Sorry?
So how can people get involved with refereeing, Peter? They need to get in touch with yourself, WAKO GB?
If you're interested in refereeing, some of the coaches, the fighters, either approach myself or get onto WAKO GB, WAKO GB, or even tell JT and JT will get in contact with me.
Okay,
And then I'm hoping to do, right, time's pushed, but I wanted to do another referee seminar before the British, but it looks like all the dates have gone.
so we can get this in, I'm sure, at some time, Peter. But the big thing is, it's an open invitation to everyone out there, isn't it, to get involved with refereeing. And also, thank you, Peter, for that. And also, we're looking for table officials, all those kind of things. You know, we've been without events for 18 months now, so you know we've got to restart all that side of things. So yeah, do get in touch. It's both a rewarding and a challenging task, but it's something that our sport can't do without. Rules wise, just to note is age wise for WAKO events now. When you register, you have to register for the age you are of the year. So for instance, my own daughter, she is 17 this year in December, so that meant from January she competes as a 17-year-old. So in 2022 she'll be 18 at the end of the year. So from January, even though she is 17 of age, it's the year of your birthday in that year. So she's an 18-year-old. So just understand that, because sport data is configured only to allow that with registration. I think that pretty much covers rule side of things. Schedule wise and timetable, we can't put the schedule and timetable out until we have all the registrations, but that's why we close registration a week before the event, so we can give everyone those details. You don't have to turn up until the time of your event, but we do run your division, but we do run our events very efficient, so we suggest you be there at least an hour in advance. Weigh-in is done via a QR system, so you're going to get a QR code via all of the coaches. That's another mention actually on registration. All teams have to register as a team. You don't want to register as GB Grand Slam Team 1, GB Grand Slam Team 2, 3, because it doesn't collate it all into the medal tally, and when you'll be drawn against each other as well, you won't be seeded. So all clubs should register themselves as one sport data reference. So once we have all the registrations in, then we can do the schedule. You only need to turn up, you know, an hour beforehand. You don't have to be there obviously the whole weekend. All clubs will be sent their QR, and when you arrive, literally the QR code is scanned in. You go on the scales, it says yay or nay, and then you're into the tournament. Everyone has to weigh in, even in the open weight divisions. Even if you're a plus weight, everyone has to weigh in, because you're basically sitting in a waiting area until you're weighed in to then go into the pool to then be on the draw. So that's also why we can't put out the draws beforehand, because it's not like a championships where everyone's registered beforehand. Spectators are welcome at the event. There's no, you know, restrictions, as I said, with those kind of things. For this year, we've got a 2-day event, as promoter Tony said, and we also have the gala, and we want to give back to the sport. So the spectator fee, which is £10 for the weekend, and also all of the entry fee, so your £25 entry fee includes entrance into the gala and the 2-day event as well. So we're not charging extra for the gala. That's something I'll get to in a second. It's something that we want to give back to the sport, and have a great time, have great fun with it as well. Tony, is there anything I'm missing on the spectator side of thing, or that with that?
No, all sounds good.
So there's, we'll just go back to my notes. So that's the spectator side of things. We have, everyone that's been to our events before will recognise our facilitators, our yellow shirt minions. Please respect these, they do a fantastic job. What the facilitators do is basically help you get to your area and get to your fight on time. So if you're in doubt of when you should be up, or where the division is. You can go up to the facilitators in yellow. Don't need to disrupt Peter Markland or his referees. Let them do their job, and the facilitators will point you in the direction of when you're going to be competing and sorting all that kind of thing. But you can get in touch. We'll send out with the QR codes as well, a list for every club of when your fighters are on, what time, and everything else. It's a very professionally done and how it should be way. So looking at the gala, so we are really excited about this. We wanted to do this a few years back, and for one reason or another, it was unable to happen. So what I'll do is I'll explain what we've got in mind, or rather what our finalised programme is for the gala, and then keep a watch out on the social media for Grandstand, and we're explaining how you get involved or who's going to be involved. So we're aiming for day one, or it will be finished by 5 o'clock, and then we start to transform the hall into the gala setup. So it's in exactly the same venue. While we're doing that, the Telford Centre will be opening up a bar. Yes, a bar, so you can get your soft drinks and refreshments. Yeah, George looks like he likes the idea of that. You can mingle, you can socialise. The big thing for us with this gala is to have some fun. That's really what it's all about. The people, you know, should arrive for 6 o'clock for pre-show arrival drinks. If you wasn't there for the day, if you just, you know, doing the one day, come down, competing, come down on Saturday night before. As I said, your entry fee, spectators fees cover this. We're planning to open the doors at 6:40. We are planning also to have some VIP tables, so they'll obviously get entrance first into the show hall, and then we're starting at 7 o'clock. We aim to wrap the evening up no later than 9:30 because there'll be some younger people that want involved and want them getting their head down for a good night's sleep before the competing. What the show's going to entail, amongst a lot of fun there, I'm not going to tell you about now because it's too fun, it's too exciting. You've got to wait till the day for it. But what the show, we're going to have a kids future cadets junior team event. So we've been having a lot of calls since we started the Grandstand about having a team event. So we're going to have a team event. More details on all of this to follow. There is potential of having preliminaries during the Saturday to fight onto the show as well. So we're going to, you know, contact the teams that have been most supportive over the recent years, but we are going to open this up potentially to everyone. Then we're going to have a men's and separate women's tag team event. So 2-person tag team. If you've not seen that done before, it's a lot of fun as well. There'll be a short interval. We've got some prize ideas for having a bit of fun with that. And then we're going to have our eliminator, our female and male eliminator. So 10 fighters, 10 female fighters in a division, 10 male fighters in a division. Everyone has 2 lives. There's a 30-second time limit to score. If neither score, both eliminated. Obviously, if one scores, the other is eliminated. Everyone has 2 lives. It's in a lotto draw, open weight. We spin the wheel, we pull out 2 names, they fight. Whoever loses a life. We spin the wheel. Who knows who's going to be drawn against who? We're really looking forward to that. And then obviously we have the final of the team event. We're planning to have at least 4 teams involved in the semi-final, and then we'll have the final and some presentation, be able to close the evening off with some drinks in the bar. And also we're delighted to announce that we've got homeboy Elijah Everall. He's going to be sharing with me on the mic for the evening as well. So I'm sure we're going to have a real good evening with that, and a celebration that our sport is back to, you know, where we can all enjoy it. Tony, I think I pretty much covered everything there. I've definitely ticked off all the questions we had come in. I don't know if anyone has got any questions they want to throw in the chat for us now. There's a few things such as the categories and that we can elaborate on over the social media. But is there anything I've missed there, Tony?
No, not that I believe, Jay. No, that's all sounds good to me. So
yeah, it's just important people got to get registered now, isn't it, Tony?
For sure, yeah, absolutely. I'm 100% confident we're going to hit our cap. So much so I'll keep chasing my own students to make sure they're giving me their entries, because I obviously want to make sure all my guys can get in. So anybody watching this that wants to enter, please do make sure that you get your entry in as soon as possible, because I'd hate for anybody to be disappointed and not able to attend.
Thank you. Right, Peter Markham, you got your hand up. It looks like we've got a question here regarding the rules. Do you see the question?
I couldn't see it. I got my glasses on.
Okay, the question is, with stepping out for points, if I get hit hard with a side kick and pushed off, is it an exit?
If you get kicked off with a solid kick, no, it's not an exit. But if you walk off pretty much after getting touched with a kick, it's an exit.
So, Peter, am I right in saying, basically, if you're trying to cheat the time and run in the corner, run away, you're going to get penalised?
Yes, pretty much. But also bear in mind that we haven't had really no competition for like 18 months, 2 years nearly. So just mention to the coaches that just the referees are still learning as well. So don't be so hard on the referees at this moment, because this is the new rule that we're implementing, and not all the referees are going to do it to the T. So just bear with us. We will get this right. Some of the referees will blatantly get it wrong, and some might not even get it at all and understand it. But just bear with the referees a little while, because not everybody is going to be on point. And especially like with this long break that we've had, I'm guaranteed there's going to be a lot of questions and a lot of upsets. But just bear with us.
I know what, Peter, we can also guarantee there's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of, I think there's going to be some people that have grown in stature, in ability and everything else. So we love to run an efficient event. I had it planned this was going to last half an hour. We started 5 minutes past, it's 35 past. So that's running to how we like to do things in a distinguished way. So for closing off today's meeting, I'd like to say there is a great cost to the events that we are all part of. It's something as a competitor myself back in the day, I never appreciated. I never appreciated the cost of financial and time that promoters put into competitions. You know, the referees, the time sacrifices they give. You know, we don't have to speak about the coaches and the fighters. We all know what they sacrifice. But yeah, there's a colossal amount of effort, time and expense that goes into these. I don't think all the time it's appreciated. So I want to say thank you to Tony for promoting this event, getting the first one back for us in the UK. Thank you to the coaches. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your time, you know, keeping our sport alive during what has been you know, difficult times during lockdown, this whole pandemic. Thank you to the fighters. We don't have events without competitors. That's why we do it all, for that grand glory at the end of it. Thank you, Peter Markland, for your knowledge and everything on the officiating side of things. Thank you to WAKO GB for obviously their support with everything that we do, and WAKO IF, the International Federation, you know, headed up by Roy Baker, with the fantastic work that they've done for the Olympic recognition and everything else. So I think that leaves us with saying have a good evening, weekend, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you in November in Telford, the 6th and 7th at GB Grand Slam Event 1. Don't forget to be GB Grand. Have a good one, everyone. That's us signing off.